Hello traders, welcome to today's video. It is Wednesday the 30th of August and this is your Bitcoin 5-minute price update. So yesterday, huge move up on Bitcoin coinciding with the news that Grayscale has won its lawsuit against the SEC, which led to a surge in price action and a 7% move to the upside. Coincidentally, straight into an area that we had marked as resistance. We'll come to that in a minute, but just in case you have been living under a rock and you're not aware, this is on the news that, Grayscale has won a lawsuit against the SEC. This does not mean that an ETF has been approved, but it does greatly weaken the stance that the SEC has been taking of denying and delaying any ETF proposals that are coming to market. I've been saying since they first started, these rumors first started coming out, it is inevitable. We will have Bitcoin ETFs in the next market cycle. Guarantee it. All that we've been doing so far is just delay tactics from the SEC, and they're waiting for, I would imagine, the right time. I would not take all of this, just take it with a pinch of salt. It really doesn't mean anything. It's market manipulation, again, at its finest. We saw the technicals coming from the NASDAQ and the ES yesterday that we were likely going to see a markup with both of those, which is what we had happen anyway. The NASDAQ was ripping for the whole day, so was the ES, and coincidentally, if you do look on, there are articles online, CoinDesk for example, showing that there was big inflows into exchanges a few hours prior to the news coming out. So it was known. All markets moved together, so it wasn't just a Bitcoin thing because of the ETF, it was all markets having a markup in price because we were low on volatility and we were due something like that. And what I've spoken about in yesterday's video was the very high probability that we end the month at one of these key contextual levels, either 27,200 or 23,100 being the two monthly levels coming into a monthly close. This happens so often, and what have we seen? Okay, liquidity building up on either side, open interest increasing, very easy to squeeze either short positions out or to liquidate any long positions, squeeze them out of the market and get this expansion in price. My bias was for a move up. I would have loved to have seen these lows taken in order to get into a long position. I was unable to do so. I was in a long position anyway, but then managing to then scale into a short as we came up into this area. So how I'm positioned at the moment, I have closed the long. This was a long that was taken like swing kind of long from earlier on in this range. We'd had negative funding for ages, and it was just one of those positions that I've just been holding anyway. And the move up, using that as an opportunity to close out of that because we don't really have that funding advantage anymore. And we have come up into what I would consider as clear resistance, and I'm just looking to day trade this once again. Now I have gone short. I did go short yesterday. So I scaled into a short position between 27,700 and 28k. I mentioned this in the crew yesterday, and this is also one that we had planned for, a scenario that we had planned for anyway. So I have scaled into that short position. I have taken profit as we took the low from this last impulse candle up. And for today, if we just go down onto, let's say, the 15-minute time frame, okay, what we are looking at for today, we'll just add on our previous day levels. Okay, so we have our daily open up here at 27.7, which is where I started scaling in. We have our previous day EQ down here, so if we are going to get more of a corrective move, the previous day EQ could come into effect. But for me, I would most like to see, draw your fibs from high to low. Okay, a move that takes us up to take out this high here, so 27,850-ish, 27,800 to 27,850. I would then look to add back to my short to then have this as more of a ABCD corrective move after that. It is a news-based pump, and it is a manipulated pump, but so therefore I would be cautious on, well, wanting to go aping into long positions for continuation here. However, it is a sign of strength, so we have to play it as that. We have broken back up out of this range. We've used the fact that there was very little liquidity within this section to get that move up, but we had a quick move up, so we can have a quick move back down again as well. Further confluence for why I took the short here. If we look at our fixed range for the whole range, point of control, okay, so we're holding just around that value area low, hitting that POC, and now seeing some consolidation. What I think is the most likely is that we just hold around here for the next day, basically. Let's try and get some corrective move, something like this, and then we'll end up seeing that likely situation is that we start September at a key high time frame level, being the monthly level, and that monthly level is this. So we're basically looking at this as it had the potential, so there's a lot of stuff on the chart right now. There was the potential for this candle basically to engulf what we'd had through the previous quarter after taking out the lows from that June candle, but this getting a close, okay, this is the one where we're now using as reference. Okay, are we going to, we've taken out those June lows, but are we going to get a close above or below that? It happens so often, it's something that you do need to take account of. Very similar to what happened back here, where we ended up closing the month at, once again, a key level on the monthly time frame. And that's why we were looking at either this or this as being the key levels. Now, if we close here and we do get continuation further down, then that becomes a level to be watching as well. I really don't think there's too much more to update on this. That is, you know, my plan for the day. I'm short right now. If we come up here, I will add to that. In validation, I'm happy to have that at the highs. And basically, let's just see if we can retrace the whole move. I don't think it's particularly, like, you got to go for the higher probability stuff. And I think the highest probability right now is that we do just find some consolidation here. Maybe we end up forming a wedge and then we have a bit of a breakout in towards September. I am macro bullish. You know this. You know my slight thesis that we can have an early bull market, because a lot of money is sidelined right now, so it would make sense to continue to mark prices up. A lot of money is out of the market at the moment, expecting lower prices, expecting that there's another 6 months or so to go before the next halving, the next proper bull run. So wouldn't it be a shame just to leave all those people behind and kick things off a little bit early, and then when the ETFs do start actually coming to market, which is going to happen fairly soon, probably before the next halving, that's when we're looking at maybe a top being put in. So play the opposite to what the masses are thinking. Everyone's thinking ETF news massively bullish, but it's probably going to get priced in before anything does come to market. And then we've seen with the Coinbase listing, we've seen with CME, those things marks a cycle high. ETFs are likely to also do the same thing. So yeah, a little bit longer for today's video because there is some like news fundamental stuff to talk about, but I hope you enjoyed. Please do comment below, whether it's on YouTube or on Twitter that you're watching this. Please do share it with your friends, and yeah, have a great day. Cheers, bye bye.